51.6% sperm count has dropped.
I want to say something very inappropriate right now, but I'm going to bite my tongue.
No, just do it. Just do it. Welcome back to Jockeys and Culture. I'm Daman.
And I'm Veiki today.
Today she's Vicky. Anyways, you know, Vicky, I was so I went to the bookstore and I bought this book called Hormone Balance.
Mm-hmm.
And check what I read, not heard.
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
Shoot.
It said between 1973 and 2018, the global average sperm count dropped by 51.6%, and it showed no signs of slowing down. 51.6% sperm count has dropped.
I want to say something very inappropriate right now, but I'm going to bite my tongue.
No, just do it. Just do it.
Because more and more men are becoming bitches. That's what I feel. Anyways, no offense to you manly men out there.
All right, Rihanna.
But a lot of you guys are bitches.
According to the book.
Yeah, according to actual evidence, scientific evidence, you guys are becoming bitches. And your behavior doesn't help. So I'm sorry to whoever I offended, but if the shoe fits, lace that bad boy up.
They don't even lace it anymore. They wear the heels.
Okay, we're talking too much shit.
All right.
We can't do this.
So let me get a little smarty pants right here. The reason, according to this book, not according to Hormone Imbalance by Vicky, the reason is because of poor diet and nutrient deficiencies. Also, they said because of obesity, sleep deprivation, lifestyle where they're not really moving around, lazy asses, chronic stress, and overtraining or excessive endurance exercises. And you know, a lot of men are doing that nowadays because of social media.
Yeah.
And they're only building their upper bodies. Have you noticed that?
Everyone's looking like Gru these days from Minions.
Hey, bro, look at this. All right, bro, let me count your sperm count real quick. Okay. Anyways. Back to the pod.
Chill. Anyway.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, grab your job, pull over if you're driving, or finish folding those loads of laundry you're doing right now, which I don't do because I just let it sit there.
And then spin the dryer again to heat it up.
Yeah.
Wrinkle it out.
Yeah, I've done that so many times.
Just stop it.
Oh my
right
God. All right. So today we're going to talk about something that affects millions of people, but somehow nobody wants to talk about it. But me and Vicky are going to talk about it. And the topic is dating after divorce. Dating after losing a spouse. Dating after years and years of being single. Dating with kids. Dating without kids. Dating in your 20s versus dating in your 40s. And of course, dating in our lovely Punjabi community where everybody has an opinion regarding your relationship status in your dating life. We are going to dive into all of this in hopefully within 40 to 50 minutes. But I'm not sure how much of this
we might need a part 2 today.
Yeah, we might need a part 2 or we might be able to squeeze it in. And most importantly, we want to talk about how do you actually know when you are ready to love again? Like not right now, but how do you actually know you are ready? Anyways, Vicky, my friend, are you ready for this one?
Shadoji.
I have my favorite called rapid fire. So like always, Vicky, no thinking. Just say the very first thing that pops into your head. Ready, set, steady, go. Okay. Would you rather start dating again at 25 or 45?
25.
Me too. All right. Would you rather go on a blind date set by your family or use a modern dating app?
Neither.
No, you had to pick one.
I would say family, so I have someone to blame for the shit show.
Okay. Anyways,
At this point in life, that is.
all right, next one. If someone tells you right out of the gate, I'm not looking for anything serious right now, do you hear honesty or a giant warning label?
I see red flags and I'm about to run the other way.
Not an honesty.
No, I mean, that's cool, like, they're being honest about it, but if that doesn't align with what I'm looking for or wanting, then,
What if they're not sure yet and they want to
well, then, then go be sure, and then if
then
you
hit
like
me up?
me, come back to me, otherwise, please stay away.
All right, next
Yeah.
one. What is one absolute red flag in a person that you would never ever ignore?
A liar?
Okay. Preach it, sis. Preach it. All right, two more, okay?
Okay.
Would you date someone who has kids?
Yes.
Okay. And the last one. Would you date someone who is still best friends with their ex?
No,
Why?
because no.
Okay. I agree.
I
Because
have certain I feel like for some people that'll be okay, but for just for me, that's not
that's it.
something that
No,
I
no.
wanna.
And I feel like I agree with that. And I'm not sure that, I mean, I've seen again on social media, I don't know if it's true or not, but I have seen people like their best friends with their ex and their significant other is okay with it, but I don't know how true that is.
But you know what? Okay, let's go back to that.
Okay.
I don't know about the whole best friend thing,
Hmm.
because that's kind of weird. Like
Hmm.
they're your ex, why are they your best friend kind of a thing? But I think when people have kids, like I have I'm divorced, right? I
Hmm.
have children and I share those children with their father, right? And I think we have a very cordial relationship with each other. Um I can openly talk to him about the kids and stuff. I mean, and sometimes like current events that are happening in the world and stuff, but I don't think that I would ever have a problem with that because I feel like that's very healthy to be in a have good communication. Mind you, my kid's dad, he is married again
Yeah.
and his wife
Yeah.
is super awesome too.
She
So,
is. She's so
yeah.
nice. I mean, I haven't, like, I've heard stories about her and I think
Yeah.
she seems really cool.
So, I mean, I feel like that respect is there. He's married, he's found his person, and I have a lot of respect for both of them, and my kids are happy. And so for me, I think it works for me, and I feel like if there was somebody else in that same situation, I'd be okay with it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be a hypocrite, right?
Yeah, no. No, I would be totally okay with it if it was genuinely, but, as women,
We,
our intuition, it
yeah,
knows
yeah, it does.
when some shit is off.
Yeah, and I really, really, truly believe in our intuition.
Mhm.
Like, I used to ignore it, not anymore.
Yeah.
So if my intuition says
You lying.
you lying, bro. Okay.
Shit.
I feel like I want to kind of discuss why, for some people, starting over feels kind of scary. I think one of the biggest lies society tells us from the day we're born is that everyone gets exactly one love story. You fall in love in your early 20s, you get married, you buy a house, you grow old together on a porch, the end. Right? That's what we believe as children,
Mhm.
even as teenagers. And I think it's because of all those fairy tale movies and
Yeah.
cartoons we watch. But real life doesn't work that way. People get divorced, people become widows, people lose partners unexpectedly, people spend years entirely single, people outgrow relationships that they thought would last forever.
Yeah.
And suddenly they are forced to start over, which can be scary. And they can be forced to start over not because they wanted to, but because life happened. And life happens to a lot of people.
Mhm.
Vicky, why do you think people feel so much deep shame about having to start over? And why do we treat second chances like they are some sort of like a downgrade?
I honestly feel like because it goes back to what we've talked about in previous podcasts
Mm.
that what are people going to think about me that I have another failed relationship under my belt kind of a thing.
Mhm.
And although that doesn't matter, I think that is where that shame part comes from.
Yeah.
But I mean, like you said, life happens,
Yeah.
shit happens.
Yeah.
And another reason why I think people just don't want to start over.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's too much work to start over. I feel like, especially when you're in like our age in your mid 40s
Yeah.
and stuff, you don't want to start over. That shit's too much. And you're too tired at this age to deal. If something's going to come fall through your roof and land in your lap, then maybe we'll think about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Otherwise, we're not trying to go out and do
Yeah.
all that. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I feel like a lot of people treat being single past a certain age, they look at it as a total failure of character. If you're 40 and single, people don't look at you and think, wow, they must have really high standards and love their peace. What they think is, oh, what's wrong with them? Why didn't anyone pick them? I feel like that's so toxic, and I'm guilty of that too. You know,
Mhm.
I I feel like one of my friends said that she met this dude online. He was in his 40s. He was never married, never had kids. And for a split second, I was like, why?
Yeah.
Is something wrong with him?
Yeah.
Now I'm like thinking, wow, I am one of those people, but I feel like we need to kind of get out of that toxic cycle.
Yeah, I think society has kind of just put us that way.
Yeah.
Why didn't they get married?
Yeah.
Why did they choose not to?
Yeah.
Did they choose not to? Or are they
Maybe
just some
they're
toxic
yeah.
person that can't hold on to a
Yeah.
relationship?
Or maybe they were building a life for themselves and now they're ready to kind of move on and they're like, okay, now let me
Yeah.
build a future. But
Mhm.
me over here sitting like, oh, something must be wrong with him.
Yeah. But
Anyways.
sometimes people really, what I have noticed, sometimes people find their person much later in life. We all have a different timeline. I feel everyone doesn't have that same timeline, too.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
that's something to consider when we see someone that's able
Yeah,
to
don't
share.
be so judgmental, I
Yeah.
think, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit more about dating after divorce.
Hmm.
Divorce changes a person down to their bones. And you and I both have felt that. We've
Hmm.
been through that.
Yeah.
And look, it's not always in a negative way, right? Sometimes divorce is the best thing that could ever happen to someone. It teaches people like hard boundaries, right?
Hmm.
It teaches people self worth, self love. It teaches us and everyone else exactly what love should never look like again. It taught me what love should never look like again. And maybe that's why I'm in that situation. Jokes.
But again, everyone's experience is different.
It is. It is. And it also does create fear in people, fear of trusting someone new, fear of wasting another 5 or 10 years,
Yeah.
fear of repeating the exact same mistakes. And I've noticed that some girls end up in the same cycle and they're like, oh my God, I've already put so much time into it. I'm like, girlfriend, haven't you learned this like the second time around? You did this 10 years ago and now you're doing it again. Like you are repeating the cycle. Yes, you're wasting your time, your years. Men and women, men don't change, women don't change. I'm sorry. I've not seen that happen. Maybe like if someone's an alcoholic and they fall in love and they've stopped drinking, and that I would say about 5% out of 100.
See, I kind of don't agree with that because I feel like people do change and they are different in different relationships.
Hmm.
Some people are just toxic individuals and they're going to take that toxicity into every relationship they're ever in. And I feel like other people, when they meet their person, obviously we all have different personalities,
Hmm.
right? We all
Hmm.
have different backgrounds. We all have different just demeanors in general, right? And I think when somebody finds that person, because I am witness to, I have seen people change.
Yeah.
Like a person that was maybe like a hardcore, like a player, right? And then they meet this woman, and now all of a sudden that woman is everything to them, or that man is everything to them, you know? And I don't feel like we are kind of, we're a certain way. You've changed, I've changed in life. And if we can change who we are and
But I changed for myself.
yeah,
I didn't change for a guy. I changed for myself to better myself.
yes.
What I mean is girls think guys will change for them.
No.
No. And guys think girls will change for them. No, they're not going to change for you. They are going to change for themselves, and it could be in a positive way or a negative way.
Yeah.
Right?
And
That's what it
but
that,
a lot of it comes out of love too.
yeah, out of love.
Because they love this
Yeah.
person, they don't want to lose this
Yeah.
person, so they work on themselves.
Yeah. Maybe
know-
I haven't seen any people like that, and hopefully I hope some people send in some stories of telling me of this so I can have some faith in this because right now I have none. And then people have like this timeline myth, right? Of they're ready to start dating again after divorce. People think 1 year of waiting, they're fully healed. And I disagree with that. Healing is about emotional space, not calendar pages. Do you agree with that?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, can we just talk for a second about how people leave a 20-year marriage and immediately download 6 different dating apps on the same night?
Oh, shit.
And I've seen that happen.
So
I think I've probably been there too.
Damn.
But
Okay.
now I'm older and I look at those people and I'm like, sir, madam, please. You don't need Bumble right now. You need therapy, a solid journal, and a really, really long nap. It's like they haven't
It's like my two uncle got divorced after 50 years of marriage to Pinky Auntie, and now my two uncle is on Bumble trying to when I know no sir.
It's like they haven't even figured out who they are without their ex, and now they're over there swiping right on someone holding a fish in their profile picture.
What?
You know how their picture, they're holding a fish? Like, oh, look what I got.
I don't know. I've never been on one of those sites, so I don't know.
I did go on it years ago. That story will change. We'll save for another day. It's pretty hilarious.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
pretty hilarious. My one and only, and I was done.
Shit.
It was a long time ago.
I'm not judging you, sis. I'm not judging you.
Oh man, that's so sad. Okay, now I want to talk about dating after losing a spouse. This next part of the conversation deserves an extra layer of compassion and respect, okay? The reason I say that is because widowhood is not a breakup. It isn't a divorce. There is no anger or mutual agreement to part ways. It is pure and heavy loss. One thing I really want to emphasize is this. A person can still deeply love their partner who passed away, but at the exact same time, be fully capable of loving someone else. Those two huge feelings can exist in the exact same heart together. Do you agree with that? Like, do you agree with someone can lose their partner, who passes away, still love them, but still move on and have love for someone else at the same time in their heart?
Yeah, but like I'm very happy I didn't have to experience that, and my heart goes out to anyone who has had to experience that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I guess it depends on. I feel like as humans, we are capable of loving again. We're always
capable
of
of loving
loving again.
And I feel like, yeah, you can still have love for your partner that passed away. Like, we lose loved ones. For example, you can lose a loved one have love for them in your heart, but you can still have love for other people, right? And that's the same way. Your heart doesn't say you can only love one partner. I'm shut off for the rest of them. You can love more people. You know, they have to deserve it. I feel
I
like they
feel
have to
like it's
deserve it.
different when it's a relationship compared to like a parent, a loss of a parent, because no one can replace
Oh,
your parent,
nobody
right?
can replace your
And I
parent.
don't think nobody can even replace, like someone who you truly loved. To be honest, I think in life we grow,
Yeah.
we change,
Mhm.
our heart heals. It opens up to love again eventually.
Yeah.
Um, maybe, I mean, you keep that special love you had for your partner in your heart, and you kind of just go with that. I don't think it's possible to stop loving someone.
Yeah. And you know what else I've noticed? I don't know in other cultures, but in our culture,
Mhm.
the guilty feeling your, relatives give you, right? Those people who judge you because you're a widow or widower, especially when they're own adults. Like, what I'm trying to say is they make the widow or widower feel guilty if they're doing anything in life, if they're happy in life, or they're moving on in life, or they're having any kind of enjoyment. People will make them feel guilty. And some of them, it's their own children that do that. And I've seen that happen
Mm,
a lot. And remember back in the days when in the Punjabi community, when your husband passed away, you had to wear white because they said all your colors are gone. Like, you cannot wear colorful clothes anymore.
mhm.
But I know a lot of people don't practice that anymore. But imagine growing or living in that era where once your husband passes away, then that's it. Everything, you have no more happiness in your life. You have to sit there in light colors and white colors, no jewelry, no makeup, nothing.
My pui,
Uh huh.
my older pui, she was only, I believe, 21 when she became a widow,
Uh huh.
and my fufu passed away.
Yeah.
And she never remarried again. She was a young mom.
Yeah.
She had two little boys.
Yeah.
One was barely a year old.
Yeah.
And she spent her entire life, she passed,
Yeah.
um, many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But she spent her entire life dedicated to her children.
Yeah.
And when at that time it was just normal for
That's what.
me,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because,
And
that was my pui and I was a
a
kid.
lot of widows did
Yeah.
that back in the days.
And right now, like looking back at it as someone who is around the age she was, maybe a few years younger when she passed,
Yeah.
that's to me, I wonder sometimes, did she ever feel alone? Did she
I'm
ever
sure she did.
feel
Yeah.
like, I wish my husband was still around? Because then society was different,
Yeah. It was. It
But
was different.
I think about that a lot.
Yeah. It's really sad. I mean, we're very lucky that we grew up in the generation we grew up, and we're here in America, right?
Mm,
Versus being in India. But I know India's, they're improving a lot. A lot of their things are changing, but they're still mentality wise are still so behind. And what people also don't realize is that grief, it never completely ends, right?
mhm,
It just changes shape. The love you had for the person you lost doesn't disappear to make room for someone new, like I
mhm.
was saying, right?
Yeah,
It's not going to disappear.
yeah.
But the heart, it just expands to hold both. And I don't know how the other person coming on board, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
How would they feel knowing that this person still has this love in their heart for someone that passed away? I don't know. I guess you just have to be a special kind of person, because I've seen people who kind of still get jealous even if you're grieving or you still hold love for your ex. And that's true. People still get jealous.
People be feeling like, oh, I can never live up to that person,
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what it is. And I just want to throw some questions out there for our listeners right now for like a quick poll, and I'll put it in the poll so you guys can answer. My question to you is, would you date someone who was widowed? So the options are yes, absolutely. No, it feels like too much emotional weight. 3, it depends entirely on the circumstances and how much time has passed. Or number 4, I'm honestly not sure. Leave us a comment on our Spotify poll page or YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, wherever you want, because we really want to see where you guys stand on this. Now let's get into dating as a single parent. Our favorite.
Speak for yourself.
You know, single parents are carrying an entirely different level of responsibility. The reason I say that is because when you don't have kids, a first date is just, do I like this person? Are they attractive? Do they have a job? Right? That's when you're meeting the person. But when you do have kids, the questions change completely. It becomes, can this person fit into my chaotic life without totally disrupting my children's peace?
Mm-hmm.
And are they going to be compatible with my children? Are they going to abuse my children? I mean, so many questions and thoughts run in your head. So dating with kids and without kids, you have to have two completely different mindsets. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
I know.
100%.
Me 210.
Yeah.
You know what the danger is? What the real danger here is? A lot of single parents settle for less than they deserve. The reason why I say this is because they are just so bone tired and lonely that they just settle for whoever the fuck comes their way. And I think that happens also because they are carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders. They're doing lunches, they're doing school runs, bills, and work, and that's it. Nothing else in life is going on. When someone comes along and shows them even an ounce of basic attention, they jump in. They jump in like it's a freaking swimming pool. And I feel like loneliness can make major red flags look completely beige. Like it's red, but to you, it's like, oh, yeah, red and you got the beige, yeah. You will give excuses for any behavior. It could be the most bad behavior in the world, but you're gonna give excuses. The reason you do that is because it feels nice to have an adult talk to you for an hour. Do you agree with that? Or am I making shit up, Vicky?
I feel like you're silently taking jabs at me.
I just did like side jabs, back jabs, front jabs, top jabs, all around jabs.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, let me flip the script so it's not on you, okay?
Shit, so you admit it, that shit was...
I meant so you don't believe it's on you. What about the people who don't have kids, especially as they get into their like late 30s and 40s? I feel like they have their own unique set of challenges that people don't talk about enough. I'm not saying only people with kids have challenges. People who are trying to get into the dating scene also have challenges. Every date to them feels like an interview with a ticking clock, right?
Mm-hmm.
The questions come out fast. Do you want kids? Can you even have kids? Are you children free by choice? Are you okay stepping into my life and helping raise my kids? Are you okay with this? Can my parents live with us? Can we live without the parents? What are we going to do? You know, like all these questions are coming. You're like, dang, I don't even remember what I had for breakfast this morning. And you're asking me for my future?
Shit.
Haidaba. I feel like doesn't matter what situation you're in, it's just like a lot of pressure.
I'm very stressed out right now. And we're just talking about this.
All right, I'll give your mind a little break. All right, everyone, just stepping away from the banter for a quick second to give a fast reminder, which I always have to give everyone. This episode reflects our personal opinions. I feel like mostly mine today. conversations and the lived experiences of people we know. Every relationship, culture, family, and personal circumstance is completely different. If you are dealing with deep grief, severe relationship trauma, divorce proceedings, or major emotional life transitions, please reach out to a licensed professional or counselor. Take care of your mental health first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, back to the chaos.
Back to the shit show.
Oh my God, you know what I also want to mention? How modern dating is weird.
Bro, I'm fucking done with it. I hate everything about it. मैं साधु बन जाना.
Modern dating is incredibly weird and exhausting. Like, very exhausting. The vocabulary alone makes me want to lock myself in a room and you throw away that key. Well, actually, don't throw it away because when I get hungry and need my coffee, you better open that door and give it to me.
Oh my God.
People, they don't just break up anymore. They ghost you. They disappear into thin air. They breadcrumb you, giving you just enough tiny texts to keep you interested, but never actually meeting up. They orbit where they won't reply to your text messages from 3 days ago, but they are actively watching your Instagram story within 4 minutes of you posting it. What is that, Vicky?
It's fuck shit. That's what the fuck that is. It's bullshit, yeah.
And for my ladies, just in case you don't know, ghosting is disappearing completely without giving an explanation. Breadcrumbing is sending text messages.
Like doing the bare minimum.
Yeah, the bare minimum. And orbiting is ignoring your text, but constantly watching your social media updates.
But even like breadcrumbing, it could also be like, you know, even if you're in the relationship, they're just giving you just enough to keep you on board, kind of thing. Like, let me just throw in a text here, a little 2-minute call here. And
no, I feel like they have it scheduled, you know, like they probably have it set in their phone scheduled every 3 hours, sender, like, what you doing?
Like, okay, well, I have to go now. I got to get back to whatever it is they're doing and stuff. And it's like, just so they know that, okay, I still have this person hooked.
Yeah, so and you're sitting there waiting like 3, 4, 5 hours and checking your phone again and again. Then you're logging into social media to check were they active or were they not active. Like, it just drives you insane.
Yeah, it messes with your head.
Everybody does that. I mean, not everybody. I'm sure.
Or when was their last time they were on like WhatsApp or Instagram or whatever other social media.
And why did they view my story but not reply to me?
Yeah.
Like all these, you're like FBI agent. And I probably mentioned this before. Back in the days, if someone wanted to cheat or be sketchy, they had to physically get up, leave the house and go somewhere else. Now they can be emotionally cheating, texting 3 different people and swiping on apps while sitting right next to you on the couch while you think you're watching a movie together. And that's wild.
Bisharmi di bhi koi hadd hundi hai.
Hadd hundi hai. If you're sitting next to me, that phone better be in your pocket. Actually, not even in your pocket. It better be on the table face up.
Unlock.
Look at me. Attention. Hut. March 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get up. All right.
No, I just feel like people don't want to commit these days. They want everything of a relationship, but they don't want a relationship.
Nobody wants to commit these days, dude. They just want that, like, whenever they're lonely or they want to go watch a movie or something, they'll call you, they'll text you.
Yeah.
They need a little cuddle buddy, but after that, they're just like, I'm over it. Okay, let me go do my own thing.
They want someone available to them
24/7.
Yeah. When they need them for whatever reason, but they don't want to be there, like, they don't want to either put a title on it or they don't want to commit or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to do that.
No, they don't. Okay. Now.
Situationship.
Situationship. That's what it is. Situationship. If we get word banaya situationship, like,
because it's not a relationship, it's a situation.
It's a fuck up shit.
It's not a relation. Okay, you don't want to make a relation with this person because making a relation gives you some kind of a responsibility to hold up to, right?
Oh,
If
yeah.
they throw you into a situationship, then guess what? They can, when you are expecting, say, hey, you told me that you were going to call me and you never called me. You can't even do that because what they'll throw is, hey, this is why I can't commit, because they want to do what the fuck they want to do, but they want to make you think that, let me punch these people in the face.
Okay. Let's go into our next section. Our favorite.
Yes.
Punjabi community section.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Put the jatani. I need to put some banger on. All right, let's talk about dating, divorcing, and starting over within the Kampaji
Kampachi.
Punjabi
The
community.
Kampachi.
All right, let's be real. This conversation is going to hit entirely different when culture is involved.
Mm-hmm.
Traditional Punjabi expectations are very rigid. The community largely operates on these old school rules.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, marriage is supposed to happen exactly once. Number 2, divorce carries a massive, heavy social stigma. Number 3, widows are often expected to stay quietly devoted to their late husband's memory forever. Number 4, children are told to prioritize the family's public reputation over their own personal happiness. So, Vicky, let's address the elephant in the room. Look,
Ki kehange?
ki kahenge, meaning what will people say?
Mm.
Go address it.
If you haven't been married yet, tu vyah kadon karona hai?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you have been married,
Yeah.
hi, tera divorce ekda thoda karida aaya. You know, like, they want you to stay in your toxic ass marriage.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because it won't look, quote unquote, look good.
Yeah.
You know? And then if you don't have children yet and you're getting a divorce, then it's like, hi, thade ta bacche bhi nahi hoye hege. You didn't even have kids yet. Like, what happened? You guys need to work on it. And then if you do have kids, you are expected to dedicate your life entirely to those children, and now you don't matter anymore. It's just the kids, knowing that they're going to grow up one day and they're going to go on and live in their own lives. But you know what? You must just suffer. Be alone. एक बार ब्याह हो गया, didn't work, कोई गल नहीं, चलो, कल्ले रहो.
Yeah, kalle ravo beta. Just live by yourself.
Yeah.
And please all the relatives.
Yeah.
Oh, let's talk about the aunties for a quick second. We forgot about the aunties. Some of these aunties will literally spend 20 years of your life pressure cooking you to get married. They will come up to you and say, Beta, when are you giving us good news? You're getting old. And you could be literally like 12 years old. and then, and then when you finally get married, they criticize the food at the wedding. Okay? They criticize everything. I'm sorry. And then if the marriage doesn't work out and you get a divorce, they whisper about how you couldn't keep your house together, how you couldn't keep your man. And if you try to date again at 40, 30, 20, I don't care what age you are, they act like you've committed a crime against humanity.
नहीं होड़ तू बुढ़ी हो के ब्याह करवाना है.
Yeah, because you can never satisfy them. That is our community. I wonder if it happens in other communities.
I'm sure it does. And then it's always the double standard, because it's okay for men to be gallivanting around and be, it's okay for them.
Yeah.
But for women, it's an entirely different
it is
ballpark.
But I feel like it hits men and women kind of differently.
Mm-hmm.
Let me kind of break it down. For Punjabi women, it's harsher judgment. Women are judged far more intensely for starting over. A divorced mother faces 10 times more, like
scrutiny.
Yeah, than a single mom. The motherhood trap. People expect them to completely erase their identity as a woman and only exist as a mother. And then the financial independence stigma. If a Punjabi woman is successful and divorced, families label her as too modern or uncontrollable.
Yeah.
And then for Punjabi men, their mental health is suppressed. Men are rarely allowed to process the emotional trauma of a divorce or loss. They are just told to be tough. You're a man, right?
Bundaban.
Bundaban. And then the rush to remarry. Families will try to force a divorced man to remarry almost immediately, just so someone can manage his household, right? And then emotional isolation. Single Punjabi fathers raising kids alone face immense isolation because the community doesn't know how to handle a man showing vulnerability. That's what I mean. I've not seen a lot, and the ones I've seen, I mean, you guys are doing great, guys. Like,
Because I do feel that divorce affects men and women.
it does.
It's not just the women
No.
that are
Yeah.
affected. Men also are. But women are able to show those emotions, right? They're more accepted, right? Men are not. They're not allowed to be crying. They're going to say this. "ਤੂੰ ਕਾਤੇ ਰੋਂਦਾ ਹੈ?"
Yeah. But some women,
ਦਫਾ ਹੋਵੇ.
but there's some women who are not really good at expressing their emotions either. I've seen that. Why are you looking at me now? Mera segment tere baare se.
I know. I kind of feel like we're both that way.
Yeah,
though. Like
yeah,
it
yeah.
is like,
Yeah.
I mean, there's the silent breakdowns, right? But we're not going to show it.
Yeah.
We're going to show that, we don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
How about that?
How about that?
Yeah.
What you know about that?
Yeah.
You ain't gonna see me break down.
Yeah.
You'll
like,
go to my...
like you'll be like, I don't give a fuck. Do whatever. And then you're in the bathroom going,
or you're just waiting for the moment for everyone to leave or for you to leave and get in your car and you listen to all these heartbreak songs while you're driving home and you're not even in a heartbreak, but you just need that. All right, guys, we asked you guys to send in your personal experiences and wow, I'm so proud. You guys did not hold back. We picked 2 incredibly detailed raw stories that show exactly how complicated this gets in real life. Let's go through them. First one. Hey, Daman and Veiki, I love the show. I'm writing this anonymously because if my former mother-in-law or my own aunts found out, it would be a whole family meeting. I'm 41 years old, Punjabi, and I got divorced about 5 years ago. I have 2 kids, ages 11 and 13. When my marriage ended, I was completely empty. I spent the first 3 years just survival moding. I worked my regular shifts, did school drop-offs, cooked dinner, and cried in the bathroom. Oh, we just mentioned the bathroom. When the kids went to sleep. My parents told me, your life is over now. Just focus on the kids. Make sure they get into good colleges and don't do anything to make people talk. But last year, I looked in the mirror and realized I'm still young. I want to hold someone's hand. I want to go out to dinner and I want to feel like a woman, not just a mom or a nurse. So behind my family's back, I downloaded a dating app. I was so terrified. I didn't even use my real name at first. After months of swiping, I finally agreed to meet a guy for coffee. I felt like I was cheating on my kids just by doing a Starbucks date. The date itself was okay, but the aftermath was wild. My aunt saw my car parked near the cafe. She called my mom, and by the time I got home, my mom was crying, asking me if I was trying to ruin my brother's marriage prospects by being seen out with men. On top of that, my 13-year-old saw a text notification pop up on my phone from the guy and completely shut down, saying I was trying to replace his dad. I feel so trapped. I feel like if I choose my own happiness, I have to destroy my family's peace. Am I being selfish for wanting a life partner at 41, or should I just pack away my heart and wait until my kids are grown up? Vicky, you take this one.
So every one of us wants to be loved.
Yeah.
Okay. And my experience, I feel like after my divorce has been, mind you, I was about 35 when I got divorced.
Yeah.
My experience as a mom of young children, that was divorced was I was so scared to be out there because I didn't know how that would affect my kids
Mhm.
in any way. But a part of me as a human,
Mhm.
the thing is, a lot of the times in our society and even other cultures,
Mhm.
when you become a mom, it's like you're just a mom,
Yeah.
you know, when, and that's all you are is just a mom. You're not a person anymore.
Yeah.
You're just a mom. And I wish people would understand that everybody wants to feel love.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to feel like, yes, you're loved by your children, and that's a whole different kind of love, right? And you love your children. Obviously, they're your priority. You're raising them and all that. But what people don't understand is one day those children are going to grow up and they're going to have lives of their own. They're
Mhm.
going to have friends of their own. They're going to have relationships of their own.
Yeah.
And those people that you orbit around right
Yes.
now
Yes.
are going to go off and live their life.
Yeah.
And then you are going to be sitting on your couch thinking, what now?
Yeah.
Kind of a thing,
Yeah.
right? Everyone wants to feel loved and special. And just because we're divorced, it doesn't mean that we don't deserve to be loved.
You know, I agree with that. I don't know. I know times have changed,
Mhm.
but I know when when I got divorced and you're trying to start over, like you being divorced and with the kid, that was a big no no.
Yeah.
It was a big no no. Guys could not, like, especially Punjabi guys, they could not date you if you hadn't been married or you have a kid now.
They judge you.
They judged you,
It's like
even
they
though they loved
judge
you.
you like you're a bad person
Yeah, like something's wrong with you.
or you're good enough to date, but
You're
you're
not
not good
good
enough
enough
to
to
be
give.
married
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, that's how it was. So that's when I had decided. I'm like, whenever I did try for a while, I was like, oh, I'm gonna talk to a guy or whatever. But then as soon as you start talking to them and you kind of feel them out and you can tell they're little mama's boys, they're just gonna date you, and then at the end they're gonna go off and get married to somebody in India. It just kind of discouraged you. So I was like, why am I even like trying to date Punjabi guys? Why not just go outside of the culture? People who actually respect you for who you are and not judge you and not focus, oh, she's been divorced or she has kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then they put this stigma on you like, okay, now you're kind of you're no good.
Yeah.
Basically, you're no good now because you've had children, you're a mother and you're divorced.
Yeah.
You no longer have any worth, bitch ass. No.
Bitches.
No, it's like and I think it's the same thing. Like you're beautiful, you may be beautiful. I thought I was really pretty
Yeah.
during the time
Yeah.
when I was divorced.
Yeah.
Like I would take
Yeah.
care of myself.
Yeah.
I'd work out and and a lot of the times I didn't look like I was a mother of two at
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
time,
Exactly.
and I would get, you know, um, guys that were much younger
Mhm.
than me and stuff trying to approach me,
Oh, yeah, the younger guys,
the
that's
younger
always
guys, and that I think is a big Punjabi thing even now.
because
Like,
they want mothers.
yeah,
They want they need a mom, they got mommy issues.
I don't know what the fuck they want, but yeah, no, it's just no.
No, they wanna experiment because okay, ਇੱਥੋਂ ਆਏ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ
Because
I'm
they
not.
think that they don't need to give you commitment because you're not now worth a commitment because you're divorced and when it comes to wanting to be married, I personally didn't experience that, but I know that mentality.
Yeah, and it's a lot out there. But now, like at this, now I guess, my kid's older. I work, I own a business, whatever. I've had guys ask me out. Now I'm like, so are you even worth my time?
Yeah.
Now I'm sitting here judging them because everyone psychologically fucks you up, right?
Yeah.
So you don't trust anybody.
It's better for like I have come to the point that I think it's better just to be by yourself and to be around your friends and loved ones than to even deal with that. Because obviously, people like us, especially people in our age, like we're more like we were raised in the culture. Though that is the type of people we connect with when it comes to even like relationship
Yeah.
wise or, other Punjabi people and stuff. But the thing is, it's like everyone is so like, if they're divorced, they don't want to go through that shit again.
They should have a dating app. I don't know if they already do, only for divorced people. What divorced people meet other divorced people, so no one can sit there and judge you. Don't you agree?
I think so. Or even people that have children.
Yeah, a children app for children, like single fathers and single mothers, and fathers have to be the ones raising those children, and mothers have to be the ones raising their children, so they kind of feel each
They
other.
know
They
where
know,
you are
yeah,
in your
where you
life.
are in life. I don't know. That's actually a great idea. So if you come up with that app, or if it exists, please let me know. And if you come up with
Yeah.
it, please give me at least 1% share in there. Thank you. 1% would divide it, me and Vicky.
मैं तो 100% and 90% share लोगी
ਇਹਨੂੰ
मैं.
90 ਦੇ ਦੋ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਵਧੀਆ like I'm like all right.
No.
I have another listener story. It's actually from a guy. um it says, "Sat Shri Akal, Daman and Veiki. I wanted to share my perspective as a older male listener. I am 56 years old." Excuse me, you are not old, you're still young, okay?
Yeah.
2 years ago I lost my wife of 28 years to cancer. I'm
Oh man.
so sorry. It was the hardest thing I have ever lived through. My house went from being full of noise, cooking, and laughter to completely silent. My kids are 24 and 26, and they both live in different states for their jobs. They call me every weekend, which is nice, but when Monday through Friday comes around, I am entirely alone in a giant 4-bedroom house. A few months ago, a lady at my local Gurdwara lost her husband, and we started talking in the parking lot after service. Just basic talk at first about grief and about how hard it is to cook for one person and about how quiet the nights are. Eventually, we started meeting up at a park down the street just to walk and talk. It became the only hour of the week I actually looked forward to. I wasn't crying as much. I felt like I could breathe again. Well, my daughter came home for a surprise visit, saw a pair of women's walking shoes by the door that this lady had left behind, and she completely lost her mind. She started crying, screaming, and that I was erasing her mother's memory, and called her brother. Now, both of my kids are not speaking to me. They think I'm being a dirty old man, but I just want someone to sit across from me at the dinner table. I still love my late wife every single day. I wear my wedding ring on the chain around my neck, but the loneliness is killing me. How do I make my children understand that my heart isn't replacing their mom, it's just trying to survive? First of all, मैं तो छितर फिर है नंदे इदन दे न्याने आंदे.
That makes me so sad.
Why? Vicky, why? ਕੀ ਹੋਇਆ?
No, that's so sad. Like, he deserves, like, it's okay for him to be on his own and the kids want to,
I know.
judge him on that. Like, you guys are out there living your lives and now you want to dictate what he can do. And when he is trying to heal and he's find this little tiny bit of joy in his life and you have a problem. I'm so sorry. I understand if you're listening, sir. I understand they're your children, but respectfully, it's not their place to tell you what you can or can't do. You've done your job, you've raised them.
Yeah.
They're living their lives and you deserve all the happiness in the world, especially from what you have gone through. I'm a very empathic person.
Yes, she
I
is.
could put myself in your shoes.
Yeah.
I could, the words, like I could feel your pain from it, but you deserve happiness.
Yeah,
You've
do.
been through enough and nobody has the right to tell you what you can and can't do.
And I don't understand, like, for the kids, they should be happy. that you're moving on, you're not sitting at home being depressed. And, like depression also causes, from nursing perspective, other diseases in your system, right? High blood pressure, diabetes. I mean, so many things can happen. And as a daughter who loves you, she should be happy for you. They done their nanny. I wouldn't want I'm sorry. I don't want to be rude or anything, but I would not be like, I would be so upset if my daughter did that. I would have told her to leave. She don't need to talk to me. That's it. I'm sorry. Man, these stories are so heavy, but they are the exact reality of what our listeners are dealing with, and a lot of, like, people around us are dealing with. It's very unfortunate, and it gets really, like, I don't know, it's a very hard subject to talk about, right? It's easy for me, I always say, "Oh, this and that." But I know when you're in that situation, it's hard. When you're single, trying to date, you can have kids, maybe you don't have kids and you're trying to date. It's difficult out there. It's very hard out there. People manipulate you, and then you get hurt by one relationship, and then you carry that over onto your next relationship, and then that it just continues again and again, over and over. The cycle continues. And hopefully, like, I don't know.
Ultimately, people just want to be loved.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's no age limit
Yeah.
on love.
Yeah.
Like, how a person in their 80s
Yeah.
can be lonely,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know? And at that age, it's not about,
Yeah.
oh, I want to go out and have sex and be like running around and doing that. It's about companionship.
It is about
It
companionship.
ends up becoming, I feel like the older you get, the more it becomes about you just want somebody there. Like this man said that he just wants somebody to sit on the other side of the dinner table with
Yeah,
him, you know?
yeah, or go for walks with him.
Yeah.
And look at him, he was just sitting at home just for the weekends to get those phone calls, and Monday through
Yeah.
Friday, he's over there depressed. Like, what kind of life is that?
And he's only 56 years old.
Yeah, I don't care how old he is. He could be 86. If he wants
Yeah.
to go date, he can go date.
He
I'm
has it.
sorry.
You still, sir, have so much life left ahead of you.
Yeah, a
You know,
lot.
you deserve happiness. Please.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Just
And
do
this
it.
is wrong
It's very wrong on so many levels. This
because
is very sad.
loneliness eats away at people.
It does eat away at people. It's really sad. Loneliness, I think, is the reason a lot of people get into situationships.
Yeah.
They get into the wrong relationships. They settle for less because of loneliness.
Yeah.
Uh,
They just
they
they
just
just
need,
want someone
yeah, and they
that'll give
know,
you their time.
yeah, and some people, I mean, everyone deserves better, but they settle for less because of loneliness. All right, guys, before we wrap up this conversation today, I made actually a checklist for you guys. It's signs you might be ready to date again
Mhm.
and signs you need more time to heal. So I'm going to go over some of the signs that you might be ready. Number one, you aren't looking for a savior, meaning you don't need someone to rescue you financially or emotionally. You are already stable on your own 2 feet. Number two, you actually enjoy your own company. You can spend a Friday night alone with a book or a movie and not feel a sense of panic. Number three, the comparison game is over. You don't look at a new person and constantly compare them to your ex. Whether good things come up or bad things come up, you do not compare them. Number four, you feel genuine excitement. The idea of dating feels fun and interesting, not desperate or heavy. If those four, I feel like you are ready to date again. Now, I have 3 signs you need more time to heal. Number one, the X factor. Every single conversation on a first date somehow loops back to your ex spouse and how much you dislike them. Number two, fear of isolation. You are only dating because the thought of being alone forever terrifies you more than the thought of being in a bad relationship. Number three, beige flags. You are actively ignoring massive glaring red flags just because you want a text back. All right. Do you agree with those, Vicky?
100%.
Well, you do, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up.
All right, guys. If there's one thing I want everyone listening to take away from today's conversation, it is this. Starting over does not mean you have failed. It means life happened. Some people find their big love at 22, and that is beautiful. And some find it at 62, and that is just as beautiful. Some people choose to never marry, and they live incredibly full, rich, wonderful lives surrounded by friends and adventures. The ultimate goal of life is not marriage. It isn't a relationship status. The goal is peace, my friends.
Mm-hmm.
And if love happens to find you while you are busy building that peace for yourself, even better. Even better. Thank you so much for spending your time with us today on Jaw, Chaos, and Culture. If this episode resonated with you, if it made you think, or it gave you a little bit of comfort, please share it with a friend, a sibling, or maybe someone in your life who needs to hear it today. Make sure you hit that button on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss an episode. Until next time, listeners, this is Daman.
And this is Veiki.
Keep the jaw hot, keep the chaos completely manageable, and always keep the culture alive. Bye.
Bye. To know. Anyways.